Hello and welcome, my Taurus friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading for the full wolf moon for my Taurus friends. This month, the full wolf moon brings about a lunar eclipse. Now, eclipses are that kind of celestial checkpoint, if you will. Eclipses seem to open new doors, that new beginning and new ideas, and at the same time, slam shut some doors on things that are not really working in our lives. Now, in December, on Boxing Day, we had a new moon that brought in a solar eclipse. And solar eclipse, they bring in that new idea, those refreshing pieces that are going to come in and help us. Whereas a lunar eclipse likes to bring about that shift, help you implement those changes. And that's what we're going to look at today, is how we're going to implement this shift. We'll get into more about what that shift will look like for you and how we can embrace this lunar eclipse and that full wolf moon, that very passion-centered energy of that full moon in January. The decks I'm using for this reading are the Witch's Tarot and then the Energy Oracle. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now for this reading, I will be using the lunar eclipse spread that I created. It's very similar to the solar eclipse spread, however I've tweaked it a little bit. I will be using this spread as a jumping off point. I may go off the spread and have done in a couple other videos where I've gone off on different tangents. So I'm not going to refer back and forth to it. I do have a link below so you can refer back to the spread or try the spread out on your own at a later date. All right, my Taurus friends. Let's see what the cards have to say. What will the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Taurus friends? The Eight of Cups. Now, eights are about movement and manifestation. The cups about intuition and emotion. The Eight of Cups symbolizes a time and a need to go inwards, that inner reflection, that inner journey. We really need to get to this next coastline, if you will, for calmer tides, for calmer waters to occur. Literally, for me, it feels like a shift from that kind of chaotic energy to a calmer energy. And that's the shift that the lunar eclipse and full moon are offering you. The more you embrace and work on this over the full moon, whether it be the day before or day after and the night of, the more you're going to find you connect into that calmer environment and calmer energies. All right. On to the second question. What guidance does the wolf full moon and lunar eclipse bring my Taurus friends? The Two of Cups. Twos are about duality and choice. The cups, again, we're looking at that intuition and emotion. The Two of Cups is a lesser lovers, if you will. And it doesn't mean that their power is any less. It's not so much about power. It's more about that connection. When you're looking at the minor arcana, which the Two of Cups is, it's your everyday aspect of that archetype. And the lovers being the archetype of love, the Two of Cups is that everyday aspect. Now in this reading, this is not about someone new coming into your life. It's about really reconnecting in and making sure you have that connection, and that's what that next shore is your connection to your higher self and those higher vibrational beings. Shifting out of that lower vibrational stuckness into the higher vibrational moving forward. Then on to the third question. What supports does the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Taurus friends? the shadow side, the 15th card in the major arcana. I like it when tarot cards decide that they want to change things up a little bit. The majority of the cards are based on the Rider-Waite original deck of 1910. So the 15th card in the major arcana is usually the devil. This is the shadow side, and it's very much connected still into that devil energy, as the devil energy is our ego energy. Those nooses that our ego has around our neck to hold us in place. That inner journey is working on and reflecting on what it is our ego is holding us back. What values, what core beliefs, coping mechanisms, and addictions are holding us into place. We need to walk away from many of those lower vibrational connections into that higher vibration. You literally have the chaotic energy to the calmer energy. You can see the kind of scary misty water here, how it's really topsy-turvy here, to that clear crystal water. Right there, my Taurus friends, is exactly what the energies of the full moon and the eclipse are bringing you. The ability to shift gears. Eclipses, like I said, open one door and try and slam a door on another. And the reason how this is a support is to highlight how our current support system is based on lower vibrational energies. So it is not as stable or as sound as we had hoped. We need to kind of walk away from our current structure a little bit so that we are able to bring down what isn't working, that lower vibrational energy, to build a very stable and high vibrational support. That structure that we're going to need to move on throughout the year and the decade. All right, on to question 4. What abrupt shift will the lunar eclipse bring my Taurus friends? Sometimes the cards like just to tell you very clearly, this is a journey. The 6 of Swords. 6s are about harmony and balance. This shift is going to bring that rougher water to the calmer water. That need to move forward. Now, this isn't about resolving everything. We can start to release some of the nooses. The nooses of the devil are more those core value sets. We're still going to have, and we have to hold on to those lower vibrational energies of past experiences and those traumatic events that we're still needing to get over with and release, however, haven't had the ability, time, or skill level to do so. We're going to carry them with us, and that's okay. We need to release some of the lower vibrational core value sets to create a very strong foundation. When we have that strong foundation, then we can start to work on that healing and releasing some of these other lower vibrational energies that we're carrying. How will this shift impact my Taurus friends' lives? The 5 of Swords. Seems like an odd card to pull. However, my guides are very clear. This is a moth. A moth is a transformational symbol. Yes, the 5s are conflictual. I won't lie. Ego is not going to just say, oh yeah, sure, just let go of me. I'm fine with that. It's going to put up a fight. The 5 of Swords, 5s are always a conflictual number. It's going to try and use quote-unquote logic to keep you here, rather than allow you to ascend. That transformation is going to be key. That is why my guides chose this card. We also have these amazing little sprites. That connection to the higher self, the connection to those high vibrational beings will help you move you to that next shoreline, if you will, that next aspect where you're going to be able to create a more stable foundation in your life. How can the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse support my Taurus friends in incorporating this shift? The Fool. The Fool is a 0 card in the Major Arcana. He has no space in the Major Arcana. He belongs nowhere, yet everywhere. It's that carefree energy of new beginning that the Fool is going to bring us. Trusting in the guidance and divine that the universe has our back and has a master plan. We don't know it. Not right now. We knew it when we were on, or we knew our aspect of that master plan before we were incarnated. However, we have forgotten it. Trusting in the universe that these higher vibrational beings, that your higher self, will help to give you the messages of the universe to guide you on your path. And that's how you're going to be able to incorporate this energy. You need to let go of some of these preconceived notions, these expectations that you have of the universe, of your life, of what you can do, what you should be able to do, and that white picket fence. We all have those ideals, those thoughts of what we think we should have. And if you will, that white picket fence. Many of us are raised that we have to have a big house with a white picket fence with 2.3 children, with a big car, a dog, and the whole works. That's not for everybody. Releasing those preconceived notions and allowing the universe to come in. When we release our blinders and our expectations, that's when the universe can come in and help create miracles and amazing pieces in our lives. How can the lunar eclipse and wolf full moon support my Taurus friends in implementing this shift into their lives? The Ace of Swords. It is the utmost sword of truth and knowledge. The universe will help you cut what you don't need. Going forward and being very critical about yourself. And it's not that we're going to say that we're going to look at all our past experiences and expose our dirty laundry. It's going through and looking at it and critically saying, is this working? Is this in my best interest? An example of that is when we were little kids, most of us knew that if we hid under our covers, the boogeyman could not get us. That avoidance is no longer helpful in adulthood. We need to release it. We need to go forward on what we do know works. Confronting our situations, no matter the result, trusting in the universe that it's got our back and that we are able to make the best choices for us. That sword is going to help you really start to sever some of those nooses that the ego is holding you back on, which is going to help raise your vibration and help you connect in to that higher source, to that higher self. All right, let's look at some blessings. I know this sounds really easy, and I make it sound easier than it is. This is a lot of reflection on your part, giving yourself that time and energy to sit down and truly reflect on what it is you have and what it is that is and is not working for you. What blessings can my Taurus friends embrace for the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse? Do you have a jumper there? Your jumper all tied up. It really connects into the devil card here, the shadow side. The sword is going to help you. You need to release what's binding and holding you back so that you are able to raise your vibration. When we raise our vibration, that's when we bring in what it is we want in our lives rather than focusing in on that lower vibrational stuff that isn't working. The world, that next stage, very much connected into the world card, which is the ending and beginning card. When we start to connect in to higher vibrational self and we see this movement happening, we're going to have that shift. And that's the shift that the lunar eclipse is offering to you, my Taurus friends. And this is an offer. This is not a mandatory, this is going to happen because we have free will. We're one of the few species that does have free will. We should be thankful for it, and at the same time, it can be our curse because we get misdirected so easily. Journey. It's time to shift, time to get going. The eclipse and full moon are offering you a pathway, if you will. A pathway to calmer waters. Yes, we have to carry what's with us. However, it's going to be calmer. We're going to have that ability to raise our vibration, which gives us the ability to manifest and create in our lives. We have that amazing, excited, carefree energy of the Fool, really giving a playful energy. It can get kind of heavy near the bottom here, but the Fool is trying to bring it out. Remember, laughter and fun helps to relieve, and when we are happy, we start to flush out that lower vibrational energy. When we focus in on those positive, fun pieces, that's when we start to have that higher vibrational shift. We're radiating that positive, higher energy. And that's what's going to really help with this journey that will help us move forward. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you're able to gain some direction and insight into the full moon and the lunar eclipse. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. You really never know where I'm going to go next. There are so many new pieces that I'm going to be bringing into my channel over the next weeks and months. You don't want to miss a thing. So the best way to stay connected is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with lots of tiers and many perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Taurus friends.